And so I would go up there when I was in college on weekends and spend the night and talk to her. And she had this old clock. The story behind it was back in going all the way back to the early 1800s, her father, so it'd be my great great grandpa, two or three generations, would had this clock. It was his, and at night he would bring in the kids, and there was like 11 of them, and they would sit around that clock, and he would dip a feather in kerosene and lubricate the gears. And every once in a while, he'd have one of the older ones do it, and of course, supervise it. So this clock had been through generations of my family, and I just, whenever she passed away, she left that clock to me.
Oh,
And that right there for me talked about the value of holding on to your heritage, your history, something old. There's
mhm.
more love in, we get involved in what we call love here, and there's that spark in the beginning. Oh, this fascination, everything's sunshine and rainbows and lollipops. But as you're with someone longer, it can grow stale because you start taking for granted. You get separated with this. But this clock for me represented generations of love. And that's kind of what I want to have with my wife and with my life is generations of love, something that I can take with me that doesn't grow old as I grow old.
Wow, leaving a legacy.
Mhm.
Now, you talked about an actual object. It's the stories too. The stories should not die with the person. But
Oh,
if they're not written down, if they're not in our memory banks, if they're not somewhere, and my mom recently has been telling lots of stories, and I think I used to take them for granted way back when. Now I listen like with, on the edge of my seat to every single word she says.
mhm.
A lot I've never heard about, my grandma and my great grandma and going back. And I think to myself, all of this stuff, how do you keep it alive if somebody is not listening or writing it down?
This last week, my wife and I were redoing doing our wills, and the money and all that kind of stuff. That's easy to distribute, but for me, the harder thing is who's going to treasure the memories, and how do I pass on along the stories
Yes.
to these people that I choose so that it doesn't die.
And yeah, right here's the CD, and you can tell us where you can get this, Kent.
Through my website. And when I do live shows, I also have them available.
Recommend this one too. You can get them the same places, right?
It's
Yes.
beautifully written.
Yeah, love it.
Okay, I think it's time for a hard
The
question.
hard question.
Yes.